Welcome back to the Let's Play Star Wars Battlefront. Before we go any further, I'm gonna go and say, yeah, I totally waited a long time to upload this, and that's because, really, since I had that little spur where I uploaded several videos very, very quickly in a matter of just a few days, I wanted to give people a chance to catch back up, because I know a lot of people are gonna, just rush through all the videos and watch, 4 at one time, or watch once every few days, whatever. It's whatever, however you enjoy it. I don't care. As long as people enjoy it, that's really what's important to me. But we're on Hoth, and gonna go and start off in the speeders here. There should be a lot more fun than they actually are. I really wish this was part of the Imperial campaign, because I'm not gonna lie. First of all, I can't fly these things. But the Imperial campaign is a lot more fun for Hoth, really, if you're going to play as the Imperials. Those of you who have this game or played it and done instant action and played as the Empire, you know what I'm talking about. The AT-AT's a lot more spectacular feeling, I guess I should describe it as. That isn't to say there's not a lot of cool stuff on this. I mean, the Rebels got lots of turrets, the speeders, shield generator. It's cool. It's interesting. It's exciting. It really, and with the sheer size of the Hoth battlefield, it really does feel really, really impressive, and it really does match the movies pretty well. But since that whole speeder idea didn't really get off the ground as well as I hoped, that we'll go ahead and stick with the infantry here. Now, one of the kind of drawbacks of a map so large is that it kind of spaces everything out to the point that you just really find infantry in really random places sometimes, or there's just a couple areas that see absolutely zero action or fun going on at times of the map. It is pretty noticeable when I did this level. I was like, wow, this is really suffering from that right now. Now, as a rebel, the biggest thing you need to do here is destroy the AT-ATs. The Empire will pretty much destroy everything you got if you let those things keep going. They can act as a mobile command post for the Empire, as well as just being really hard to take down and put down lots of firepower. You should do your absolute best to actually kind of hold the line here. And of course, since I'm already starting to fail, I've got to go back to the class I can actually win this game with, marksman. The double zoom on the Rebel sniper rifle is really nice here. You don't, it actually feels like it's really, really valuable, but I have to pretty much go with the shock trooper here because the AT-ATs are starting to get a little too far up the line. And with that, the stormtroopers following, and the enemy soldiers will totally take your turrets and stuff. You might find yourself having to blow up a lot of your own equipment all the time. Probably, though, kind of underrated powerhouse on this is going to be the AT-STs, the smaller walkers I'm shooting rockets at now, because they can really put down some serious damage. They're pretty fast, so they can actually, and I think the Empire actually gets 3 of them on the ground here, so it's really bad to be a rebel on this level, it feels like. And I want to point out, since we're playing so much of the Rebel Demolitions Trooper here, they actually have a double-shot rocket launcher. I really don't like it. It feels obnoxious. I feel like I lose... And, like, I shouldn't... It's a little more convenient, but it just feels kind of annoying that you're reloading a bit faster and that you have the potential to waste 2 shots if you miss. I don't like it. I've always liked the control of just the single-shot rocket launchers. I didn't really get that whole gimmick. I guess the Rebels kind of get a few more little design points just to make them feel more unique, or to maybe give them a little more compensation, given the Rebel vehicles typically are not as good as what the Empire gets on any given map. I mean, I will say this though, the speeders are pretty nice. If you can actually do the tow cable maneuver, I swear it's impossible. You just can't really seem to, at least I can't seem to get enough control on it to actually pull it off to kill an AT-AT like that. So, that's okay. Typically, I like to stick to the side of these kind of ridges when I play this one, just because I usually kind of have an advantage, a high ground advantage, unless like right there where that stormtrooper was above me there. Spawn here in Echo Base. Nothing in the hangar. Figures. It's okay though, because I'm gonna ride this Tauntaun. And the Tauntaun is really only used. I mean, it's cool because, you know, who doesn't love Tauntauns? These guys are awesome. I love them. You can't shoot or anything off of them, but they are at least helpful to get you up closer to the fight, which is nice. But Stormtrooper's already getting really pretty close up, so I'm gonna go ahead and dismount and try to blast them. This is really minor and it's totally my personal taste, but the Rebel sniper sound effect, like when the blaster fires, it just drives me insane. Like I can't stand it. It's such a nuisance to me, and I don't get it. The mountains in the background remind me of the old Donkey Kong Country, like the original one for Super Nintendo, which in turn reminds me of George Wood. And if you know who that is, I hope you have seen his review of that game, because that stupid line, "If you don't like this game and you don't buy it, then you're stupid." I love that, especially the Retsupre of that. That was great. George Wood is absolutely crazy. If he's still alive, that's kind of the big conspiracy with him, is no one actually knows, is George Wood still alive or not. I hope he is, and I hope he comes back to Navigator so we have more fresh Retsupres of that. Granted, there's still a lot of episodes left of gaming in the Clinton years, but still. I kind of like what they did with the turrets here, how they give you the little strange kind of HUD. Makes it just feel a little bit more inclusive. You pretty much really want to stick with the first-person HUD view in these turrets, because if you go to third-person, it just gives you this terrible, like, overhead-ish camera, and you really can't see shit with that, so there's no point in it. But that's an AT-AT down, so pretty good now. Got a stable lead. That being said, though, these last few levels, they start getting really hard, actually. Empire always has a troop advantage on you. Like, they'll start with 50 more soldiers. And Hoth, it's not too bad because you have so much more space and equipment to work with. But, oh dear lord, some of the later maps, you'll see. The final level of this, oh god, that took so long to actually get right. It is by far the most difficult. And for the most part, this game isn't difficult, it's just fun. But yeah, they start getting pretty pulling your hair out pretty soon. And like I said earlier, the Stormtroopers will totally take your turrets and just turn them on you. Probably as far as this goes, I have not really relied on my strengths as a player that much. It's because I really just want to avoid always being down a sniper scope for a Let's Play when I do this, but I kind of have to still rely heavily on him. I'm not going to lie, guys, I'm totally ready to move on to a better game than Let's Play where I can actually be funny, because I'm sorry, the couple terrible puns I've made, I really shouldn't have made in the first place, but the games that give me a little more substance to work with, I do love this game, and granted, this is my first Let's Play and everything that I've made. And I've learned a lot from it, and that's really the important thing is, you know, the learning aspect from your first one. And I'll go ahead and say thank you for everyone who stuck with it for this far, because I know there's been a lot of just terrible things, but I've been working a lot to get the next project going, and I think it will be a lot better. A game that's much better to Let's Play, and maybe a game that's a little more relatable to many people. Not to say people haven't played this game or anything. It was one of the best-selling games on like PS2 and original Xbox and everything. So. Well, I think the original Xbox. I can't remember. I know for sure the PS2. I want to say if it launched for the PS2, it would have definitely launched for the original Xbox, but typically you only ever see this thing on PC or PS2.
Victory is imminent.
I go ahead and decided to play the Wookiee here a little bit just because, like, well, I hadn't really shown off too much of him, but I really don't like the Wookiee in, like, Star Wars universe as a whole. I don't like these walking carpets, as Princess Leia would say, and I don't really like their gameplay either. They have the bowcaster, which is kind of like it can fire like a normal blaster, albeit a lot slower, but you can also charge it up for a spread shot. But it's not as good as the actual, like, shotgun blasters like the Dark Trooper has, or the Rebel Pilot. So, to me, it's just annoying. It is better over range, though, I'll give it that. They also have a grenade launcher, and the grenade launcher is really just as bad as it is on everybody else. What I'm using here is the recon droid, which is the sniper's backup secondary weapon here, and it's a little interesting thing. It has a little blaster that you can actually kill people with. It's not terrible or anything. It's really more like a mobile blaster pistol. It is kind of hard to hit if you are getting attacked by one, but other than that, it's not too big of a deal. What I did there, why it promptly just switched back, is it has a self-destruct, and that's what I did. It did not kill that stormtrooper, though, so it's up to me now. My fine gameplay skills. But my comrade there gets him. Thankfully, though, this one is starting to wrap up. So I'll go ahead and say it now. Thanks to everybody for watching. Have a great day. And stay tuned for more. It'll be faster coming now. I just wanted to, again, give people a chance to catch up.